Okay, so good morning everybody. So I wanted to make this tutorial quite a while ago. So here finally and officially my roller coaster tutorial. In the moment I'm using Blender 2.57, which is the first stable version of Blender. I'm really glad it's out now. So yeah, I think we'll go straight forward to create our roller coaster scene. First thing we'll do is select everything by hitting A twice and then hit X, and this menu pops up and we click on delete. So now we have our empty workspace and we'll start creating the roller coaster. First thing to do is add a Bezier curve, which is if you hit Shift A and then go to curve section and click Bezier, which will add the standard Bezier curve in your viewport. So now which this curve is used to create our track. So we go into edit mode by hitting tab on your keyboard, and then we have those points here. We can select them by clicking with the right key on the mouse, and we can move them around by hitting G on the keyboard, and yeah, we can also rotate them. So we want to rotate them in a way that they line up in one straight line. Therefore we had R, which rotates them, and because we just want to rotate it in the z-axis, which is the one up and down, we hit Z. So now it can only be rotated in the z-axis. And I think, yeah, this is nice. So now they are in a straight line. We can continue now. So usually if you start your roller coaster, yeah, it goes up again at first before you go into a looping. So we extrude this curve by hitting E and moving it to side. I think, yeah, about here would be nice. And then we move it up by grabbing this arrow upwards and bringing it way up. So scale it a bit down by hitting S and moving the mouse. And now we can add our looping. So we extrude further, look back here, bit down again. So I think maybe we should move this complete thing a bit over, so that way, and we go into side view by, actually it's a front view, by hitting number 1 on the numpad. Rotate it a bit so it's in downwards, and then we extrude it. Maybe rotate it this way, extrude it, and maybe scale up a bit. So I think that's nice. Now rotate it down that way. It's nice. Extrude it again, so it gets into a looping. So I want to have a looping right here. So down, scale it a bit down that way. I think that could be quite nice. Now extrude it again, rotate it by 180 degrees, just type 180 as a number, and the top view, move it around a bit, so that's nice. Take this one again, extrude again. I know this is a boring process, but you have to do this to create your track. And finally we'll go back to our beginning. So that's how we do the track for our roller coaster. And yeah, I think this is quite nice. I always just hit extrude to rotate something, and then rotate it. Oops, that was one too much. So I think that actually looks good. So now we have our basic roller coaster track here, and as you can see, it's not closed yet. Therefore, we go into tab edit mode again, and the click on here on the left toggle cyclic, which actually should close. Yeah, now here you go. So it closed the curve. Maybe scale that one a bit down, so it's more like a round end. And now we can continue. So the next thing to do is create our basic track. So actually this is just to help us define the track, but if we would render now, there in the first place there isn't a camera to render, and also a curve won't render for itself. So we hit Shift A again, select cylinder. Maybe because it will be duplicated lots of times, turn down the number of vertices. Maybe 20 is fine. And then we deselect cap ends, scale it down. Oh no, we leave it as it is, scale later. We go into edit mode by hitting tab, and then select everything by hitting A, and then we duplicate by hitting Shift D, and then scale it down again. So this is our basic track. So check if it's nice. Yeah, think that's symmetrical. And actually you can see it's not the right height, so we go into side view or front view as you like, and select those, scale them up in the Z direction. Now here for the first one, scale Z 0. Oh no, actually you can see there's a mistake. So we will undo by hitting Ctrl Z, and this is because this little icon over here is selected. So this will make our scene completely transparent, so everything can be selected. We again select everything, scale on the Z axis, select only the top, scale Z 0, again scaling, selecting only the bottom, scale in the Z direction 0. And now we also want a connection between those, the middle main iron and these rails over here. So we select one of the rails, duplicating them by Shift D. Move them around here, scale, and unless, because we don't want to scale in the Z direction anymore, we hit Shift Z, which enables any other direction to scale in except for the Z direction. We scale it down, go into front view, rotate it by 90 degrees, go into top view again, rotate it for 45 degrees, negative 45 actually, and yeah, I think this is quite nice. Then we'll duplicate it over here, rotate by 90 degrees, and here you have your actual rail segment. So now it's way too big for all small curve, so we scale it down, way down. So this could be fine. And now the magic happens when we parent this to the curve. So most tutorials use the technique to parent the rail to the curve and create the rails that way, but I do it differently. So I first use an array modifier, and as you can see it's not rotated the right way, so we go into edit mode again, selecting everything, hit rotate, and then Y axis, and as you can see at 90 degrees there is no gap anymore in between. We also click merge and first last, and then the next thing to do is adding a curve modifier and Bezier curve. That's actually what we wanted to do, and you can see it's on the side, so we hit R, X, 90 degrees, and now we can increase the amount of vertices, and this actually could be really much. So maybe we'll try fit curve. Maybe this works. No, it won't work. So we just hit fixed count and drag it way up. So I think I'll scale it down a bit so the track is smaller. This I think looks more realistic. And then let's scale it a bit up. Again, use as many as you need to complete the track, and then go here to zoom in a bit and see how many you need to. Yeah, I think that's nice. And then we'll also, another thing to mention is you can see it's really rough over here in the edges, so we select our curve again, but now right now it's you can't see it because it's in the outliner over here. No, because the track overlays our curve, so we select the Bezier curve in the outliner, and then we go into the curve data, and we turn up the resolution to 64. Yeah, I think it's nice, or maybe a bit more. No, it won't go further. And then we also increase this one by 1. Let's see, yeah, there's the connection point, so you want to have an equal distance between those, so hit scale as and hold shift, and now drag around the mouse until you have a nice reading. So this is nice thing. And now we're going to select smooth to smooth everything, and this is a really cool way to create an easy track. And the advantage of this way is that, as you can see, the track is rotated correctly. So if we go into a looping, you can see that the track is facing downwards on the top and upwards on the bottom again. So other techniques have problems with that. So to now make the camera follow this track, we first have to add a cube. Hit go to selected, then Shift A, cube, scale it down, and add a curve modifier, Bezier curve, and you can see it's over here. And if we move it on the x-axis, it will follow the curve we just created, and that's actually what we wanted to do. So we just yeah, I think that's great. Maybe we scale it down a bit. That's nice. And also we, on the same place, we add a camera over here, because we deleted the camera in the beginning, so we now have to add it manually back. Rotate it as you like, decrease negative, move it up a bit, scale it down, increase its focal. So 20, I think it's nice. And now we select the camera and hold shift, select the cube, then hit tab, and we select the first 3 ones on the top, this one, and this one. And now we hit Control P, make vertex parent. And if we leave edit mode again, so actually we have to we have to move our camera to the pivot point of our cube, and where it goes here, over here. So actually this is nice, and you can see now that if we move the cube, our camera is rotated correctly as the cube, in the same way the cube is. So other ways have also problems with that, so the camera will be rotated in the wrong way. So now we're going to animate our track. First thing to do is I want to start over here. So at frame 1, I hit Y, I to add a keyframe. For our purposes, location is enough. And then I think it might take 2 seconds to reach the bottom of the, I don't know how to call it, mountain. Then I move the cube on the x-axis until it's there and hidden in another location keyframe. Now, how much does it take to go up? I think we could, I think maybe it's actually, I don't know, it takes a long while to go up, so we go to frame 300, add a new keyframe, right when it's on the top, hit location, and you can see it now goes up there and it slows down when it reaches the beginning of the mountain, and now it's on the top, and when it's on the top it should start to speed up again. So 15 frames later it should, I think, already be somewhere, or maybe 10 frames later it should be, we do it 20 frames later, it should be somewhere here. Now another 25 frames later it should be here, and let's see how it looks. It goes up and speeds up, and actually we make the distance bigger, delete that keyframe, and so let's see, it speeds up, and there we wanted to really get fast, so we send it fastly through this looping. Let's see how it looks. Goes down, and there you go. Boom. It's actually not fast enough, I think, but we'll leave it how it is. And at frame 500 we go somewhere like here, so it slows down again. So it's a looping, and there you go. Actually we'll move it a bit further, so it's almost at the beginning place again. I think this is quite nice. So delete that keyframe, and let's see how it looks. There, down in the looping, through the looping, and now it's slowing down again. And now we can hit 0 on the numpad and check our camera's view. So now we go up and slowly going up, and it actually looks like a roller coaster. Now it's speeding up. We go into the looping, and then we slow down again. So as you might have noticed, at the beginning the camera wasn't really aligned with our view, so here it's maybe a bit not bright. So we go into top and then select the vertex here, which we are actually on right now, and hit Control T to tilt it, and tilt until it's even, so like that. And we go up again, and actually we should also tilt that one a bit, only a bit, so that's how I like it. And this one over here, so it's a bit inside, over here, so that one too. So it's the curve should face inside. So now we go down into the looping, right through the looping, and here we can also tilt a bit because it's a curve again, and then it will go straight again. So I think this is actually what we want to achieve, and yeah, I think I like it that way. So to make it render, you should add a few lights. So add a sunlight, place it. I like it to come from the side. Um, yeah, give it a nice now something like that. Now if we hit render, let's see how it looks like. Actually quite nice. And so you can see the shadows are quite dark, so maybe we'll make this one a bit like that, and we also add another lamp, which is a Hemi, rotated around the x-axis. So to face against it, hit point 1, we render again. Yeah, it's far better, but I think it's too yeah, too much. So we go this one, take it over here, turn down the intensity to maybe 0.4, hit F12 again. No, it's not. So maybe 1. Yeah, I think actually that one is good. You could also add some ambient occlusion, which is quite nice, hitting 0.9, proximate. I think 2 is nice. So to see a bit different, go to another one, another slot. Actually, you can see that render time increases very much if you add ambient occlusion. By the way, you can do that in the world panel, checking ambient occlusion. And what this actually does, uh, you can't see too much of it. Yeah, it darkens some of the edges. So if you see over here, there's connections, they get a bit brighter or darker in ambient occlusion, but I think this is not worth the additional render time. So yeah, actually I think I like it. Maybe we can select our cube, which is not no our curve, and add a new material. I turn down the intensity, turn up the that one, maybe also go here. Um, yeah, make it darkness, make it a bit darker, 0.1 or such. So let's see how it looks like. Oh, 2, and compare it. I think this actually looks nice. Actually, I think we should add some selection to it. Add a new cloud, add a cloud texture. Scale it down, 0.10. Yeah, that's nice. And deselect that one, and let's select intensity. Turn the intensity down. We should also hit 0.005. Yeah, now it's a bit like that. Actually, that's better. And you can see it over here. It's yeah, a bit nicer. Maybe it's too few. So we go 0.1. Let's run it again. Yeah, that's nice, I think. We could also do some bit of displacement, 0.05. So yeah, so it now looks a bit distorted and not that straight compared to our original, as you can see here. And I actually like that one a lot. So you could now render your animation or do whatever you like. So have fun with my roller coaster tutorial. I hope I could help you. Um, yeah, actually I'm sure I wasn't detailed enough for beginners. So maybe if you didn't understood anything, maybe just try to get the basics of Blender and come back later. So see you then. Bye.